जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्री जीवान शिलाभ चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वयं प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON डिविटी फाउंडर आचार्य हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस AC भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्री जीवान ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजमयी वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायावन्य धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। जमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। पतित पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। देर मोस्ट मर्सीफुल लॉर्ड श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं मदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, Text 20. Is it 20? सा समुद्रम उपविस्तीर्णम 24th? Is it 24th, Prabhu? I think it is mistakenly kept because the mark is also 20th in this book. सा समुद्रम उपविस्तीर्णम सा समुद्रम उपविस्तीर्णम अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः महन्मना इव स्वच्छं महन्मना इव स्वच्छं प्रसन्नं सलिलाशयां प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं सा समुद्रम् उपविस्तीर्णं अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः महन्मना इव स्वच्छं प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं सा समुद्रम् उपविस्तीर्णं अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः महन्मना इव स्वच्छं प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं उपविस्तीर्णं प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं सा समुद्रम् उपविस्तीर्णं समुद्रम् उपविस्तीर्णं महत्सरः प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं सा समुद्रम् उपविस्तीर्णं अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः महन्मना इव स्वच्छं प्रसन्ना सलिलाशयं Mataji, what 12 meanings? Sa samundram, almost near the ocean. Upa, more or less. Vistirnam, very wide and long. Apasyan, they saw. Sumahat, very great. Saraha, reservoir of water. Mahat, great soul. Manaha, mind. Eva, like. Swachham, clear. Prasanna, joyful. Salila, water. Ashayam, taken shelter of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While traveling, the Prachetas happened to see a great reservoir of water which seemed almost as big as the ocean. The water of this lake was so calm and quiet that it seemed like the mind of a great soul. And its inhabitants, the aquatics, appeared very peaceful and happy to be under the protection of such watery reservoir. Purport. The word Sa Samundra means near the sea. The reservoir of water was like a bay, for it was not very far from the sea. The word Upa, meaning more or less, is used in many ways as the word Upapati, which indicates a husband, more or less, that is to say, a lover who is acting like a husband. Upa also means greater, smaller, or nearer. Considering all these points, the reservoir of water which was seen by the Prachetas while they were traveling was actually a large bay or lake. And unlike the sea or ocean, which has turbulent waves, this reservoir was very calm and quiet. Indeed, the water was so clear that it was seemed like the mind of some great soul. There may be many great souls, jnanis, yogis, or bhaktas, or pure devotees, are also great souls, but they are very rarely found. One can find many great souls amongst yogis and jnanis, but truly great soul, a pure devotee of the Lord, who is fully surrendered to the Lord, is very rarely found. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. A devotee's mind is always calm, quiet, and desireless because he is always anya vilahita shunyam, having no desire other than to serve Krishna as his personal servant, friend, father, mother, or conjugal lover. Due to his association with Krishna, a devotee is always very calm and cool. It is also significant that within that reservoir, all the aquatics were also very calm and quiet. Because the disciples of a devotee have taken shelter of a great soul, they become very calm and quiet and are not agitated by the waves of the material world. This material world is often described as an ocean of nations. In such an ocean, everything is agitated. The mind of a great devotee is also like an ocean or very large lake, but there is no agitation. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.41, Vyavasayatmaka buddhir ekeha kurunandanaha. Those who are fixed in the service of the Lord are not agitated by anything. It is also stated in Bhagavad Gita 6.22, Jasmin stona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Even if he suffers some reversals in life, a devotee is never agitated. Therefore, whoever takes shelter of a great soul or a great devotee becomes specified. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhyalila 19th chapter 149 verse, it is stated, Krishna Bhakta Niskama Ataiva Shanta. A devotee of Lord Krishna is always peaceful because he has no desire. Whereas yogis, karmis, and jnanis have so many desires to fulfill. One may argue that the devotees have desires for they wish to go home back to Godhead, but such desire does not agitate the mind. Although he wishes to go back to Godhead, a devotee is satisfied in any condition of life. Consequently, the word Mahan Manaha is used in this verse to indicate that the reservoir of the water was as calm and quiet as the mind of a great devotee. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Gurah Srijta Pajakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jayatam Sruto Pango Mamandar Matergati Mat Sarvasva Padamboja Radha Madana Mohana. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Ste Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradasi Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavatara Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukhaṁ karoti vācālaṁ pangulang hayati giri yat kripa tamahang bande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Sri Chaitanya Iswaram. I am grateful to each one of you for giving the opportunity to discuss in Bhagavatam on this very auspicious day of Panihati Chadadai festival. First of all, I seek blessings of His Grace Anandmaya Prabhu and all the assembled Vaishnavas over here and Vaishnavis over here. Kindly bless me that in a way that we can all discuss in Bhagavatam together and glorify the Supreme Personality Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Radha Madan Mohan through the pages of Bhagavatam. Before we start, we'll offer prayer to Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Sastrabdhi Piyusha Sarva Vedika Satpada Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhyam Sarva Lokeka Drikpada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabho Kalidvanta Aditya Sri Krishna Parivartita. This wonderful chapter, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva, is another name called Rudra Gita. This is a very wonderful chapter. It has so many wonderful teachings, lessons and prayers for all of us to dive down into it and practice on our own. We see that in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are certain beautiful things have been very nicely presented. Srimad Bhagavatam, along with its Amala Purana stuffs, the purity, it is also a very wonderful poetic compilations. You can see here, when the Prachetas were going to forest, as per the order of their father, they have seen a beautiful lake, where Sukadeva Goswami is comparing the lake, lake's beauty and lake's calmness to the mind of a Mahatma. This comparison and also the aquatics of the water has been compared to, they are very peaceful because they have taken shelter of this wonderful reservoir. So this is a very poetic composition section. Keeping the poetic section aside, we see that the great reservoir, unlike the ocean or a big place, it is not turbulent. It is very calm. And we see that Prabhupada mentioned over here this comparison that the water of reservoir was very calm and it's just like the mind of a great soul. And Prabhupada writes, who is great soul? Mahatma. Prabhupada says that there could be jnanis, there could be yogis, and there could be bhaktas also. And Prabhupada immediately writes the pure devotees. Among all these Mahatmas, the pure devotees and Mahatmas are very rare. And Srila Prabhupada quotes the wonderful verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita that the devotees of the Lord are really, really very rare. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudullava. After many births, the jnanis may able to understand that Vasudeva is, everything is Vasudeva, everything is the expansion of Vasudeva, and he is all in all. And that kind of Mahatma, those who consider Vasudeva is all in all and live their life in that conception, they are called Mahatmas, according to Prabhupada's definition over here. And those Mahatmas are very rare. Sudullava. And why they are Sudullava? And why they are why they are very calm? Because Prabhupada also quotes from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anyabhidha Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anamritam Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktiruttamam. Because they have no abhilasita. They are completely free from all material desires. And it is free from jnana and karma also. Jnana Karmadi Anamritam. And not only that, the bhakti has a special favor in compared to all other process. It is not only saying what not to do, but also it's saying what to do. And what is to be done? Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam. Favorably render devotional service to Krishna. And that is the speciality of bhakti. Nobody can remain idle. Srila Prabhupada says, not even a moment can somebody remain idle. Everybody has to work something. And how to work? Here is the clue given by Rupa Goswami. Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam. And because they are busy in serving Krishna in Anukula process, they are very calm. And we see that pure devotional service itself, one of the symptoms of pure devotional service from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first chapter, NOD, out of 6 symptoms, one of the symptoms is rarity. It is rare. If the devotional service is rare, then what to think of the person who are practicing that? Definitely they are more rare. So the pure devotees are rare to be found because their practice is also rare. Because the process is rare, the process is rarely found. Similarly, the performance also very rare to found. And another thing, we see that the devotees of the Lord are very calm and cool because they are constantly in association with Krishna. Because they are in constant association with Krishna, they are definitely very calm. They are not agitated. we see that the kind of agitation mentioned here and the kind of agitation mentioned in 10th canto in Bhagavatam is completely different. The devotees of the Lord also agitated in their mind, but not in the material way of agitation. That agitation is how to serve Krishna better. How to serve Krishna better, how to please Krishna better, and that is their agitation. And we see Srila Prabhupada also quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhila 19th chapter, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Savai Asanta Krishna Bhakta Niskama Ata Eva Santa. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami. The people, those who are desiring material benefits or material assets, and those who are desiring the liberation, and those who are also desiring mystic siddhis, they are always unsatisfied or agitated. Why? Because these are the material things, and anything material has its starting and ending. And the problem is that when somebody desires for something, by the will of providence, even if he gets, that doesn't last for long. And when it goes away from one's hand, one's lamentation has much more worse than the desire. That is why Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Kami, Sabai Asanta. They are all Asanta. Whereas Krishna Bhakta, he is Niskama. He has no material desires. Kama is material desire. No material desire means Niskama. Because Krishna Bhakta is Niskama, Ataiva Shanta. Therefore he is calm. He is cool. And although Prabhupada writes that somebody may say that a devotee also desired to go back to home, go back to Godhead, then how can one say that he is desireless? He is desired, but that desire is not like materialistic desire. That desire not making one satisfied in his mind. And in that desire also, even if to fulfill that desire, he has to undergo a difficult situation, a challenging situation or a provoking situation, he doesn't get disturbed. We see from 6th canto in Bhagavatam, when Chitraketu was traveling in the heavenly planet, and that episode we all know that how that episode happened and how Mother Parvati has cursed him, but the Lord Shiva was telling to Parvati, just see how the Narayana Para devotees, they consider everything is same for them, whether it is hell or heaven or material world or spiritual world, as long as they service to the Lord. Narayana Para Sarve Na Kutascha Na Vibhyate Swargat Varga Narakeshu Apitulyartha Darsinaha. Because the devotees are only desiring to the service of the Lord, only interested in the service of the Lord, they consider whether it is hell or heaven, as long as service is available, they are fine with that. They consider no differences. So, even though one may have the desire to go back to God, which is required for a devotee, because in that place, he can serve the Lord personally. He doesn't get disturbed because he is taking the right desire. And we see in 4th canto in Bhagavatam, this very canto, 9th chapter, where after Dhruva Maharaj have darshan of the Lord was asking that what benediction you want to have. And we know the wonderful story, Swami Kitar Tasmi Param Nadache. He said that I am completely satisfied, I don't need any benediction. Then after Lord Vishnu repeatedly told him, he asked, he had a desire. You know what desire? Wonderful prayer. Just yesterday we recited this prayer in the morning program. Bhaktir muhum pravahatam toime prasango bhuyat ananta mahatam amalasayanam jinam jasaruna murur vyasanam bhavabdhim nisye bhavad gunakatha mrutapanamatta. My dear Lord, I desire to have constant flowing of association of pure devotees, where I can hear the pure nectarian pastime of yours. Srila Prabhupada writes in purport, Somebody may say that a devotee might be thinking, okay, he is busy in hearing the wonderful constant flow of Krishna Katha and he is happy in that, but what to think of his liberation? Srila Prabhupada tells this, just like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary, he gives the question, he gives the answer. So like that, Srila Prabhupada gives the question. Some Mayavadi may think that, what is that a devotees think of liberation? And here, Prabhupada says here, Dhruva Maharaj saying that, Neshe bhavat guna katha amrita panamatta, because I will be completely intoxicated by drinking the nectarian pastime of yours. Crossing the metal ocean is very easy for me. Now, all this, what we discussed is about the first part of this sloka. That is about the ocean, the lake is very calm and quiet. The second part of the sloka is described. Not only the lake is very calm and quiet, but also the aquatics in that lake appear to be very peaceful and happy. Srila Prabhupada writes in purport, very joyful. Why? Because Prabhupada says that they have taken shelter of the calm and quiet reservoir. And Prabhupada was so very causelessly merciful on all of us that he writes this wonderful statement saying that, similarly, the disciples of a great soul who has taken shelter also become calm and quiet, despite of the provoking agitation of the waves of mental world. How is it possible? Let's dwell few minutes on this topic. How the provoking situation of this world does not agitate a devotee who has properly taken shelter of a great soul. How is it possible? Everybody has been tormented in this material world. How this person been aloof from that? It is because the great spiritual master, the great devotee or the pure devotee, first thing he does, he teaches the pure devotional service, which gives them the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmritam jena tasmai shri gurave namaha. By this teaching process, a devotee who has taken shelter of a pure devotee will have his jnana, open his eyes of the knowledge, by which he can distinguish what is right, what is wrong, what is permanent, what is temporary, what to be desired for, what not to be desired for. That kind of knowledge a devotee receives as a training from the great spiritual master. And then the teachings and trainings, that's the first step of a disciple. Disciple means discipline. It starts with discipline. And the spiritual masters, the first thing he teaches about, you are not the body, you are the soul. And this material world is temporary. And all these wonderful teachings by which a devotee is ready to face the challenges of this world. And not only that, the great spiritual master also teaches how to pray to the Lord. And not only that, he also prays for the disciple. As a result, the Lord becomes merciful to the devotees. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes a wonderful Vaishnava song. Kabe Sri Chaitanya More Koribe no Daya Kabe Hamo Paibo Vaishnava Pada Chaya Galavastra Krutanjali Vaishnava Nikate Dante Truna Dhari Danda Even Iskapate Kandiya Kandiya Jana Iva Dukha Grama Sansara Janjala Haite Magivo Vishrama শুনিয়া আমার দুঃখ বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা আমা লাগি কৃষ্ণে আবে দিবে না প্রচুরা বৈষ্ণবের আবেদনে কৃষ্ণ দয়াময় এহেন পামর প্রতি হবে না সদয়. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, when that great day will come, that I will find a pure devotee, when the mercy of the Lord Chaitanya will fall on me, by which I will find a pure devotee to whom I can surrender, and I will relay my miseries in this material world, and by which he will be hearing my miseries, and I will be asking how I will be free from this material world, and then he will be offering prayers on behalf of me to Krishna, and by his prayer Krishna will be merciful on me. And this is the process. By taking shelter of pure devotee, one learn how to deal with the material world. At the same time, one receives the mercy of the Lord. As a combination of both of these, he will be able to face the challenges in this material world. So now, for all of us, take home from this wonderful verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is this: let us take shelter of pure devotees and remain protected. Remain protected from the onslaughts of this material world. And for all of us, what is the process? How it to be done? Srila Prabhupada is a preeminent Shiksha Guru for all of us, for all time to come. And to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada means take shelter of Srila Prabhupada books, take shelter of Srila Prabhupada instructions, and by our good fortune, we have also such wonderful jewel-like pure followers of Srila Prabhupada. And for all of us over here, we have such a jewel-like devotee, His Grace Anandamaya Prabhu, sitting with all of us, set an example for all of us. His level of sincerity, his level of determination and enthusiasm to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission is unparalleled. And these are exemplary for all of us. And if we seek the blessings for all these great souls, and to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, then just like Dhruva Maharaj blessed by Narada Muni, just like Prahlad Maharaj blessed by Narada Muni, just like Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed by Ishwara Puri, we will also one day be blessed by Srila Prabhupada and the great pure devotees, by which we will be free from the onslaughts of this material world. This is a take home from this verse for all of us. We will be concluding in 5-10 minutes more, since today is the wonderful day of Panihati Chidadai festival. We will discuss 5-10 minutes more on this. The verse what we discussed just now, the take home from the verse is, let us learn to take shelter of a pure devotee. And this is exemplified personally by the great servant of the Supreme Personality Godhead from the spiritual world, who happened to be Raghunath Das Goswami. He has personally practiced this for all of us, for all time to come. Think of, glorify it, ponder with, and desire to practice at our level. We will discuss just two wonderful pastimes of Raghunath Goswami, which depicts this very wonderful principle of taking shelter of pure devotees. Raghunath Goswami appeared in a place called Adi Saptagram in Bengal. And his father happened to be Hiranya Majumdar, and his uncle has to be Govardhan Majumdar. All of us during Gaur Purnima, we have heard and discussed and studied Mahaprabhu's pastime. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a small infant child, he was crying incessantly for some sweet rice. And we know that to cut the long story short, he told that there are devotees like Hiranya Majumdar, please get the sweet rice from them. It is the same person who happened to be the father of Raghunatha Goswami. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila, 16th chapter, there is a wonderful pastime described that how Raghunatha Goswami has got attracted towards Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not sure whether I read, but I heard, I believe, that because Hiranya Majumdar and Govardhan Majumdar are very pious and wealthy personalities in those days, they were frequently inviting the devotees. Once they invited Haridas Thakur. And anybody who get association of Haridas Thakur, what else he will become? He will become inevitably a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what happened to Raghunatha Goswami. And also, Hiranya Majumdar happened to be the good friend of Advaita Acharya. Being good friend, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu attempted to visit Vrindavan first time from Nilachal Dham, he happened to go through Bengal. And there he approached various places, but among all the places, it was Santipur, Advaita Acharya's house. There Mahaprabhu stayed for 7 days. And during that time, because Advaita Acharya was the father's friend, Raghunatha Goswami took the chance of going there. And Advaita Acharya was very merciful towards him. He allowed Raghunatha Goswami to serve the Lord personally. And Raghunatha Goswami was so happy he was serving. And also, he got the chance to taste the nectarian remnant of Mahaprabhu by the mercy of Advaita Acharya. And his happiness has no bound. But his mind was always constantly thinking, how I'll get association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his mission in Jagannath Puri Dham. By that time he was a householder. Raghunatha Goswami is a householder. And he was constantly thinking how I'll escape from home and join Mahaprabhu's mission in Jagannath Puri Dham. And knowing that his father has arranged 11 bodyguards to bring him back to the house. It happened many times. And this time he was constantly thinking. And with his wonderful service to Lord Chaitanya, Supreme Personality of Godhead Lord Chaitanya, out of his omnipresence and omniscient feature, he understood the mind of Raghunatha Goswami. And he gave them instruction. This is very, very wonderful instruction. Sthira haya ghare jao, na haya batula, krame krame paye loka bhava sindhu para. Be peaceful, go home and stay nicely at home. Gradually, every human being, those who are sincere, they will get the other shore of the Bhava Sindhu. That means they cross the ocean of nations. Gradually they will pass. So don't be like a madman. Don't be like a madman, but eager to cross over the ocean. But you should keep your eagerness. And however, one should be patient, intelligent, and guided by, Srila Prabhupada writes this statement, and guided by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally or his representative. Then one will eventually or gradually find the shore of the metal, other side of metal ocean, Bhava Sindhu Kula. And then next statement he says, Markada vairagya nakara loko dekhaya yatha jagya vishaya bhunja anasakta haya. Don't try to exhibit the monkey renunciation and accept the required facilities, but remain unattached toward them. Srila Prabhupada says in very simple English, just do needful. Srila Prabhupada is very merciful on all of us. He gives very simple English meaning so that everybody can understand. Just do the needful, but remain unattached. And then the concluding verse of instruction of Mahaprabhu during Raghunatha Goswami's household pastime, he said that Antaranistha bahye loka vyavahara achirate Krishna tomare karive uddhara. In the heart of heart, you should be very determined, very strict. But externally, you should just like a ordinary human being. If you practice this, achirate, very easily, Krishna will deliver you. He'll, but you should take it very seriously. Antarnishtha bahye lokavavahar. One should be very strict within oneself and liberal towards others. This is a simple statement. As far as our own things are concerned, we should be very strict. Whereas others are concerned, okay, that should be all right. We should be just like ordinary personality. And then, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalila, 16th chapter, where this wonderful pastime of Chiradai Panihati is coming, there is a place called Panihati. The people, those who are new to Krishna consciousness, they will be thinking this word, what is it? Panihati, Chiradai. Chiradai means an understandable word. This is like cheap rice and curd. But Panihati, how does it mix together? Pani means water, Hati means elephant, where does it meet? But actually Panihati is a place. It's nothing to do with the objects or something like that. It's a place. So, after receiving the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Goswami took it as his life and soul. He became very sober and he stayed in his home. And he acted just like a pakka businessman. He forgot all other things. In the sense, he doesn't exhibit all other things. He exhibited only just like businessman. One incident Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there was one time happened that the Jamindar of that area who was collecting tax, he was supposed to keep 1/4 of the tax and deposit 3/4 of tax to the government. But Raghunath Goswami's father, Hiranya Majumdar, he spoke to the government. He said that, why this is happening? I will give you full. And this activity made that Jamindar very envious. And he tried to find some place by which he would arrest Hiranya Majumdar. And knowing that Hiranya Majumdar has been left the place, he was unfound. He has not been seen. And this Jamindar could arrest Raghunath Goswami. And Raghunath Goswami was in custody and he was kind of trying to force him that he should tell the clue where your father and uncle are there. And Raghunath Goswami thought very intelligently. He said that, see, you are a Jamindar and my father is a Jamindar. So in profession both are brothers. And I am son of not only my father, also yours. Is it not? Don't you consider me as your son? I should be an obedient son of you. And as an uncle, you will treat me more lovingly than my father. I have full faith on that. Don't you do that? By seeing this, by hearing this word, he became completely changed. He said that, yes, true. But like your father is trying to cheat me, so why don't you talk to your father, do some some arrangement? He said, no worries, I'll do it. Then he bought Govardhana Majumdar, Hiranya Majumdar and the tax collector. There is some treat haven't happened and they're all peaceful. And Govardhana Majumdar, Hiranya Majumdar, they said, oh, great, my son, you did really good thing. What we could not handle, you could have handled. Now we could see that you are really businessman. We are sure that you will take care of our whole generation in future. Of course, that didn't happen in that way, what they thought. It happened other way around. So this way, we could see that how Raghunath Goswami not only sincerely took the instruction, but also sincerely followed the instruction. Antarnishtha bahya lok acharan. In the heart of heart, he said, I have nothing to do with all this business, but I should do as a matter of duty, without being attached to it. And he continued like that, and within due course of time, he got to know that Nityananda Prabhu, under the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is coming to Bengal to preach. And right now, he is stationed in a place called Panihati. And he thought, only by the mercy of Advaita Acharya, I got the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Now, the complete mercy of Mahaprabhu can be attained to me only if I get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So I should go there. He visited there, and out of his humility from far distance of our obeisances. And Nityananda Prabhu was sitting under a banyan tree. Now a wonderful tree is there, still there. I think 17 years back, I happened to visit there with Krishnananda Prabhu. There's a wonderful tree just beside river bank of Ganges. And there's a wonderful temple also right now there. So that is the place Nityananda Prabhu was sitting on the raised platform, and all other devotees Gadadhar Das, Ramai Pandit, and so many other devotees. They are like Udharananda Thakur. Chaitanya describes a series of names of devotees. They are all associates of Nityananda Prabhu. They were sitting under the lotus feet and they were happy in discussing Krishna Katha. And Raghunath Goswami from distance offered obeisances. One of the devotee told Nityananda Prabhu, here is Raghunath Das offering obeisance to you from distance. Nityananda Prabhu said, call him near. And he came and Raghunath Goswami said that you are just like a thief hiding from me, offer obeisance from distance. I should punish you. And Raghunath Goswami said, I am a surrendered soul at a lotus feet. You do anything as you may like with me. And this is the teaching. Srimad Bhagavatam tells us, the highest teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, told by Srimati Radharani, Ashlisyava padratam pinashtuma vadrastana marmahatang karotuva tatha tathava vidhatu mat prananathastu saeva napara. You do anything between the Lord, either you embrace me or you kick me away from you, but I am always at your lotus feet. And you are my life and soul. And that's what the mood of Raghunath Goswami. And Nityananda Prabhu says that the punishment for you, you should feed all the devotees around over here with a fish. And the fish should be Chida Dahi. Raghunath Goswami said, as you order, my dear Lord. Immediately he called out all the people over there and got the ingredients of Chida Dahi. The wonderful recipe mentioned over here, I'll quickly mention 5 minutes. And that he bought all the clay pots. And Prabhupada says that, in Chaitanya says that the process of recipe is, he soaked the cheap rice in the hot milk. And then there are 2 other pots. One pot with the condensed milk, another pot with curd. And then they took that soaked cheap rice from the, took out from the hot milk and put down in the 2 different bowls, one with condensed milk, one with curd. And apart from that, they put the wonderful banana called champakali, and then they put camphor and ghee and sweetmeats. With all these ingredients, they prepared Chida Dahi. And then, by hearing the news that Raghunath Goswami is sponsoring fish for all the devotees, nearby everybody has come over there. And Raghunath Goswami was so happy. He called out all other businessmen. He said that, bring your ingredients. All your ingredients, I'll give you money. You take money and bring your all ingredients. All the businessmen came with their all ingredients, and also there are potters, those who come with pots. And he provided each of this devotee 2 pots. One in one hand and another in another hand. One with chipped rice soaked in hot milk with curd, another one chipped rice soaked in hot milk with condensed milk. And when all the devotees all around, Chaitanya Charitamrita says that there are innumerable number of devotees. They all came. And all the businessmen, they got all their ingredients, sold it out. And in fact, Raghunath Goswami told him that you also hold 2 pots on your own hand. So everybody was holding 2 pots on their own hand. And at this very time, Nityananda Prabhu invoked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his mind. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came over there. And he was very happy to see all the devotees were holding the 2 pots of chipped rice soaked with condensed milk and curd on their 2 hands. Everybody jubilant in the presence of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu asked Mahaprabhu that here are the devotees, please honor this prasadam, this bhoga. And Mahaprabhu took it. And then Nityananda Prabhu says that all of you now say Hari Hari and take this Mahaprasadam, partake this Mahaprasadam right away. So all the devotees say Hari Hari and they start taking Chida Dahi. And then Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu started walking on the pathway, and both the side devotees were standing. Nityananda Prabhu happened to take some chipped rice from one person's pot and filled Mahaprabhu's mouth jokingly. And Mahaprabhu was chewing it. And Mahaprabhu took another pot from another devotee's house and put Nityananda Prabhu's mouth. And he was happy. In this way, Gaur Nitai were releasing the wonderful association of devotees, and devotees were releasing one association of Gaur Nitai, and the wonderful Chida Dahi Mahotsav completed over there. And at the end, while this festival is going on, there's another story happened. Raghav Pandit was inviting Nityananda Prabhu for lunch. And this is going on for a long time. Raghav Pandit came running. Said, my dear Lord, what about the lunch? I have prepared all the lunch at my home. Who is going to take it? Nityananda Prabhu said, don't worry, we'll take it dinner. Keep the lunch for dinner. We'll all come together to your place. Raghav Pandit was very happy. And Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu said, you also hold Chida Dahi. Take it, Chida Dahi. So all of them, they took Chida Dahi festival and took Chida Dahi Mahaprasadam. They went to Raghav Pandit's house, took wonderful prasadam. There, Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu performed wonderful kirtan. Kaviraj Goswami writes, there are only very few fortunate souls who could witness Mahaprabhu's presence in person, while others just experienced Nityananda Prabhu's presence. But they are all of them wonderfully joyful to partake the Mahaprasadam of Chidadahi as well as in Raghav Pandit's house. It is told that Raghav Pandit's house, the prasadam is prepared by Srimati Radharani herself, because Raghav Pandit's prasadam are very dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, when all the prasadam is taken by the devotees and the Lord, secretly, Raghav Pandit took Raghunath Goswami took confidence of Raghav Pandit and told him, kindly give some donation to Nityananda Prabhu's mission. And I seek all of their blessings. Can you please arrange that? Raghav Pandit told to Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu announced, all of you devotees over here, kindly bless Raghunath Das that soon he will attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And all of them said, blessed Raghunath Das by standing loudly the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then soon, we know the wonderful story that how he leave his home and reached to Jagannath Puri Dham. In Nilachal Dham, this chapter is actually Raghunath Das Goswami meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This chapter entitled. There also he resided with Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was very pleased with him. And there also he has asked this question, that Mahaprabhu has handed over him to the great devotee and associate of Mahaprabhu named Swarup Damodar. There are two Raghunath Das. So one of them Raghunath Bhatta and one is Raghunath Das. That's why the devotees also start calling him Swarupera Raghu. The Raghunath Das who has been protected or cared by Swarup Damodar Goswami. So he asked a question, my dear Swarup Damodar Goswami, can you please get me this understanding, what is my duty now? And Swarup Damodar Goswami next day when he meet to Mahaprabhu at Gambhira, he said that, my dear Lord, Raghunath Das has a question for you, that what could be his desire? What could be his duty? And Mahaprabhu said that, bhalo no khaiva aro, bhalo no pariva, hrudayate Radha Krishna sarvada smariva. Don't eat palatable food and don't wear luxurious clothes, because you are a renunciant now. And Gramya katha na kahiva, Gramya varta na suniva. Don't hear gossips and don't engage in gossips. These are the instruction I am giving to you. Eita sankhyabe kailu ni upadesha, Swarupera tahi har paive vishesha. I gave you the instruction in very short formula, but in detail you will be learning from Swarup Damodar Goswami. The teachings what we learn from here is the same as the teachings of Bhagavatam how to discuss today. Because Raghunath Goswami took shelter of Haridas Thakur, he got attracted towards the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he took shelter of Advaita Acharya, he got the remnants and instruction of Mahaprabhu, by which he could able to purify his life and receive his desired services. And later on, to come to concluence, he received the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu, what he did? He said that my mercy can be available to you once you receive the mercy of the devotees. And how do you receive the mercy of the devotees? When you feed them nicely. Prabhupada repeatedly says that, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paiche Kava. Without serving the Vaishnavas, there is no deliverance. And Nityananda Prabhu proved through this wonderful pastime of Chidadahi Panihati, by serving the devotees, one can receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, one receives the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and one receives the benediction of the Lord, by which one can face the turbulence, challenges of this material world properly situated in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज भागवत महापुराण की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। I'm sorry I took longer time. Please forgive me for the late.